Welcome to the Fort Hays State University Political Science Department's advising site for graduate students in our program. I'm a faculty member in the Political Science Department and the advisor for this program, Dr. Chapman Rackaway. I've been a professor of political science at Fort Hays State since 2003. The previous year, I completed my PhD in political organization management at the University of Missouri, and I'm a former political consultant as well. My background leads me to have a specialty in my research and my teaching in the campaign process and communicating politics. And as I mentioned, I'll serve as your advisor throughout your program here at Fort Hays State. So my first order of business is to welcome you into our program, and I hope that you're going to have a great experience here as a master's candidate at Fort Hays State University in the Department of Political Science. There are a number of different concentrations that are offered through the Department of Political Science. So you may find yourself in the political science concentration, the political leadership and public service concentration, the public administration concentration, or in the concentrations, one advised by Dr. Shayla Mills in global studies, or the Master of Professional Studies in political management that I also advise. You're embarking on a new educational career and a completely different way of going about your education than perhaps you're accustomed to from your undergraduate days. A master's degree is a different form of degree, and we have a particular philosophy about graduate education here at FHSU. A master's degree, generally speaking, is a research degree, whereas in your undergraduate degree, you got a wide variety of different subjects, but they were mostly on the surface and they were not research intensive. A master's degree is a research degree. The questions that you will come up with during your time here are now questions that you will be able to and expected to answer yourself. It's not going to be enough anymore in your graduate program to say, well, that's a difficult problem and it ought to be solved. Now, as a content master in this particular area, it'll be incumbent upon you to be able to provide solutions. We do that through the research process, which you'll investigate more and delve deeper into as you progress throughout the master's degree. If you're in one of the MLS concentrations, what's also unique about our master's is that it is an interdisciplinary degree. You will have a primary focus in political science, but you'll also probably be taking classes from leadership studies, justice studies, organizational leadership, or communication studies. That's by design here. The modern workforce requires an agile, changing, and flexible mind. And the interdisciplinary nature of the MLS degree is one of the reasons that our students have a great advantage in going out into the workforce and being able to move from job to job and even from career to career because of the interdisciplinary nature of that degree. But it also means that you'll be expected to have content mastery in a variety of areas, not simply political science, but across the board in those other areas where you find yourself delving into. Finally, we do stress the science portion of political science. And political science can be thought of as the process of scientifically answering questions about political phenomena. This is not an ideological degree. This is not a philosophical degree. It is a scientific one. So your ability to analyze questions and use scientific data to further your answers to those questions will be very important. Enough about the philosophy of the degree. Let's talk about what our next steps are. You should have received a letter from me and from the grad school welcoming you to the program already. And in both of those letters, there's quite a bit of information. Let's try to make a little bit more sense of them here. you should, as part of the communication from us, have a login for the TigerTrack student portal system. This is your first step for information with the graduate school, for course schedules, and also for enrolling for your classes. So log into TigerTracks and get to know the student portal. This will be your main point of navigation. Plan out your degree. Know the amount of time that you can devote to classes and plan your schedule accordingly. You can then map out the number of classes you'll need to take each semester as far as your degree completion plan goes through there. You'll want to not only schedule time for your classes to complete, but extra time at the end of your 28 credit hour course schedule for comprehensive exams and for a culminating project. More on both of those in just a moment. Also, get in touch with me. You can use email, you can use Skype or social media to get in touch with me. All of my contact information is on the letter that you should have received from me and through the political science department already. I take my role as an advisor very seriously, and I'm here to help you navigate through your degree. So whenever you have questions that aren't answered by this website, by the FHSU grad school website, please do contact me directly through whichever means is most significant and easiest for you to access, even if it's more old-fashioned ways, say via the telephone. I'm available to you, and I look forward to being able to help. As you prepare for your degree, be sure to manage your time wisely. Time management is going to be very important as you seek to strive for balance between your schoolwork, your professional life, and what personal and family life you have outside of that. The most successful master's candidates are usually those who can find balance among all of the chaos and time commitments that they have. Also, be sure to keep notes, not only the notes on the readings that you have assigned for your classes, but outside readings that you bring in for class discussions, for papers, and so on. At the end of your degree, you're going to be asked to do some reflection on the full degree, and so having those notes for your study, for your comps, for your culminating experience are very important. Also, as you're taking your classes, make relationships with your faculty. Besides myself, you'll need to find 2 other faculty members to serve on your graduate committee who will read your comps and will review your culminating experience. So do your best to make connections and relationships with faculty who will help mentor you through the degree completion process. And never ever be afraid to ask questions. To me, to your graduate committee, and to the professors from whom you're taking classes. That's why we're here. We're eager to help, so never be afraid to get in contact with us, especially for our master's students who we can provide opportunities for research and in some cases teaching assistantships, get to know you so well that we can write good letters of recommendation for you if job changes are in your future, or perhaps even further advanced study are in your future. As far as the process of your degree, you'll take 28 credit hours of classes, and you'll generally start in the MLS program with an IDS core of classes numbered 801, 802, 803, and 804. Keep in touch with me along the way. There's a form called the Program of Study that is available on the website, both my Google site and the FHSU grad school website. Fill that out, please, and email me an updated copy every semester once your grades have posted, so that I can keep track of your degree, file forms for the graduate school with you, and help you, advise you along the way. Knowing your status helps me out quite a bit. Reflect on the connections between your classes too. One class is not going to be a standalone anymore, and all of them will be reflected in the questions asked in your comprehensive exams. So draw connections between theories and even disciplines that will cover the wide swath of classes that you'll take here. Consider what sort of culminating project you'll do. Something that is more advanced social science research for an advanced degree, or something very career focused for you. That'll matter, and we'll have that discussion throughout our advising interactions on what your culminating project should look like. You'll also select a committee. Me and 2 other people will serve as those reviewers, so make sure that you build those relationships with your faculty. Also use this site to build relationships with your fellow graduate students. Peer mentorship is an important part of this process as well. Since you aren't all here proximate to me at Fort Hays State's campus, build that student community, and I hope this website will help along that way. You'll then take your comps, your culminating experience, and you'll graduate. So it's an exciting time, it's a challenging time, but it's a great one. I look forward to your continued progress here in our degree program. Please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. Thank you very much, and best of luck.